Level 1. The Minarai. You're 16 years old. Instead of being an otaku at home binge-watching anime or running around screaming Sasuke, you follow an older dropout from your school through the gates of a traditional estate in Osaka. That's right, you've put one foot into the Yakuza world, but you're not a member yet. You're an apprentice, a newcomer who doesn't exist in the eyes of the law or the organization. You wake up at 6 a.m. to scrub the floors of the office, you cook for senior members, wash their luxury cars, and stand guard outside headquarters in the freezing rain of an Osaka winter. Honestly, I'm not even sure you can handle how cold that rain gets. But your job is simple. Be there in case a senior needs an umbrella, or in case police inspectors show up asking questions you're not important enough to understand. You watch the senior guys walk past in Uniqlo suits that cost about 30,000 yen. Their skin decorated with dragons and cherry blossoms hidden beneath the fabric. They don't even look at you. You're just an errand boy. But you're watching. You're learning who talks to the police, who runs the gambling books, who controls the organization's underground businesses, and who is truly feared. That's when they know you're ready. You've traded your personality and your interests for the chance to belong to something that will eventually swallow you whole. Level 2. The Kobun. You survived the apprenticeship. You're sitting in a small room thick with cigarette smoke and traditional sake. This is the Sakazuki ceremony. You drink from a small cup of rice wine, sealing your bond with your superior. From this moment on, you are the child in a father-son relationship. You are officially part of the Yamaguchi-gumi family. They give you a small stipend, barely enough to live on, enough for convenience store meals at 7-Eleven and whatever errands the organization needs done. Beyond standing guard, your real job is to carry messages for your superiors and take part in the gang's physical work. If a conflict breaks out, you're the shield that steps forward first. And if police inspectors start asking questions, you may be the one who takes the blame for someone higher up, if necessary. You make 150,000 yen a month, the same money you used to earn working 8-hour shifts at a noodle shop back when you first dropped out of school. The difference is that now, you don't have to bow to a shop owner's rules or fake a smile behind the counter. You buy your first decent suit, an off-the-rack Uniqlo set for about 30,000 yen. It's common, nothing special, but it already gives you the shape of a street tough. Then you begin your irizumi. The tattoo needle drills into your skin for hours. In truth, it hurts so bad your eyes fill with tears, but you don't dare make a sound. This is the price of entry. If you cry out, you're out. That mark means you can never go back to a normal job. And from this point forward, your loyalty to the organization is absolute. Level 3. The Shite. You've been a soldier for 3 years. You've proven you know how to keep your mouth shut during police interrogations. You're promoted to younger brother. You're no longer just a runner or someone freezing on night watch. Now you supervise the Kobun, the exact role you once filled yourself. They assign you territory, 3 blocks of the red light district, plus several shops around Namba. Your job is to be the face of the family. You stop by snack bars, pachinko parlors, and massage clinics. You don't have to break anyone's legs yet. Your presence alone is the threat. You collect protection fees in clean, neatly sealed envelopes. At this point, you're a real enforcer for the Yakuza. When orders come down, you're ready to use violence. You're expected to step in first to defend Yamaguchi-gumi territory, to stand between the family and anyone who challenges it. Being the face of the family now means being its shield, and the risk keeps rising. A rival crew starts pushing into your pachinko territory. Your superior tells you to quiet things down. You don't use a gun. These days in Japan, that brings far too much attention. You and 3 others track down the rival crew's main enforcer and retire his car while he's still sitting inside it, using nothing but heavy iron pipes. You don't feel guilty. You feel like you're finally moving up. You're making 300,000 yen a month now, and you move into a small apartment overlooking the harbor. You think you've made it. Level 4. The Kyodai. You're the big brother, a mid-level commander. You lead a small crew now. You're a veteran enforcer, and your name carries weight on its own. When there's friction the younger guys can't handle, they call you. You're put in charge of the family's gray businesses, labor agencies that are really fronts for illegal workers, construction companies that win government contracts through quiet consulting fees. You negotiate with local neighborhood associations. You make sure the family shows up at community festivals, donating large sums to temples and shrines so the public sees you as honorable outlaws, not predators. You report directly to your superiors. You supervise your crew. You keep order in your territory. At this level, you're no longer just carrying out orders. You're responsible for results. Lose territory, you lose a finger.
Oh.
If your subordinates disobey you, both you and they lose a finger. If a job fails, you lose another one. You get 10 chances total. After that, they move on to your toes. You're also a target now. Law enforcement has formed a special task force focused entirely on your district. You have to be careful. Every phone call is a risk. Every meeting could be a setup. You start to realize that the higher you climb, the smaller your world becomes. You can't go to public bathhouses because of your tattoos. You can't open a bank account in your own name. You live in a world of cash and shadows. You have everything you once wanted, but you're slowly becoming a prisoner of your own success. Level 5, the Shategashira. You're the second in command of a branch. A deputy boss, a branch manager within the family. You're a mid to high level executive now. You don't get your hands dirty anymore. You manage the business. You're responsible for an entire branch, sometimes more than 100 men. You're the kind of man who can walk straight into the boardroom of a legitimate corporation and take a seat without being invited. You don't need to say a word. They know your family's history. You specialize in Sokaya, corporate extortion. You dig up the secrets CEOs want buried and charge them a membership fee to make sure those secrets never surface at annual shareholders meetings. You're moving millions of yen now. You ride in a black-tinted Mercedes with a driver who bows as you step inside. You're the one who executes the plans laid out by the Wakagashira. You're not the man swinging the pipe, but you supervise every step on the street. And when something goes wrong, the responsibility is yours. You don't earn a fixed monthly salary anymore. Instead, you take a 35% cut of everything generated in your territory, around 10 million yen. The money is real, but freedom is gone. You're always in someone's sights, rival gangs, the police. Even when you sit down for sushi, you watch the chef's knife, just in case it's meant for more than fish. You live in constant fear. Level 6, the Wakagashira. You are the first lieutenant, the heir apparent, the man expected to take over when the patriarch finally steps aside. You run the day-to-day operations of the family. You are the buffer between the boss and the chaos beneath him. You settle internal disputes between branches. You plan expansion or suppression when rivals step out of line. If anything goes wrong, it's not just your reputation on the line. The fingers you still have left are what answer to the boss. Your job is strategy and diplomacy. You meet with the Wakagashira of other families to make sure the peace holds. You decide which politicians receive campaign donations and which judges need to be quietly befriended. You're pulling in tens of millions of yen. You also control international logistics. You coordinate with groups in Southeast Asia and South America, moving product through the ports you control. You're a corporate titan in a suit that costs more than a car. At night, you disappear into private clubs where the elite of Japanese society drink alongside the elite of the underworld. You're pushing billions of yen through shell companies parked in offshore tax havens. You are a king. Everything but the title. Your income has climbed to 50 million yen a month, but that also makes you the most hunted man in the prefecture. The government has passed new anti-Boryokuden laws. They don't need to prove you committed a crime. They only need to prove you're the one in charge. Even your own subordinates are watching you now, quietly asking themselves if they could do a better job. You sleep with a pistol under your pillow and 2 armed guards outside your bedroom door. By now, you understand the truth. Loyalty is a fairy tale told to apprentices to keep them scrubbing floors. Level 7, the Oyabun. You are the father, the patriarch, a shadow emperor. You live in a massive estate surrounded by walls over 20 feet high, with koi ponds and zen gardens that cost a fortune just to maintain. You don't do anything anymore. You are an icon. You meet with the heads of international conglomerates and high-ranking government officials. You don't make threats. You make suggestions. You have everything a human being could want: power, money, fear, and yet you are completely alone. Now, you issue directives designed to polish the family's public image, to keep the government's eyes off you. Disaster relief, public donations. Yes, Yakuza doing charity work, and not just doing it, but moving faster than the government itself when catastrophe strikes. You can't trust your Wakagashira. He's waiting for you to slip. You can't even trust your own blood, because they are targets for your enemies. You are a ghost inside your own home. You can no longer count from 1 to 10 on your fingers. Now, you carry the weight of an entire empire, one that is slowly being strangled by the modern world. Level 8, the Fall. It doesn't end with a blaze of glory.
FBI, open up!
It ends with a quiet knock on the door and a mountain of digital evidence. The laws have changed, and your protection has evaporated. You are stripped of your assets, your titles, and your dignity. You are sent to a Japanese prison, a place of absolute, crushing silence. You aren't allowed to speak. You aren't allowed to make eye contact. You sit in a cell and follow a rigid schedule of meditation and labor. The world you built continues without you. Your brothers don't visit. They're too busy carving up what's left of your territory. You have 20 years to contemplate the giri, the duty, that led you here. You realize that the family didn't exist to protect you. You existed to feed the family. You are a discarded tool, a relic of a dying era. This video does not promote violence or crime. It is for educational and entertainment purposes only. All views are personal opinions. If any information is inaccurate, please let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching.